hope everyone is well and in good spirits with everything going on. I'd like to offer everyone a very warm welcome, joining for our first session of our new virtual event, Collaborating in a Virtual World. I'd first like to say a big thank you and recognise our event sponsors. First of all, BG2V. I see Hervé de Coverstouy is actually with us on today's webinar. They are our French member for foreign direct investment, commercial litigation, and real estate. Secondly, I'd like to recognise Batani. The founder, Isabella Batani, has been a member since 2016. I think probably quite a regular face at our conferences, and many of you will know her already. We then have MacDonald Weiss, both named partners, Noreen Weiss and Rob MacDonald, are very active members of IR. They joined back in 2016, very quickly went on to win our Member of the Year in 2018. Also based in the States, we have Mesna Reeves, who are set in Salt Lake City in Utah. They count Fortune 500 companies to family firms to entrepreneurs as their clients. They are our member for banking and finance and real estate. And finally, but by no means least, Clio, one of our strategic partners. Again, many of you would have met them at previous physical events we've hosted. They are a cloud-based legal software, so offering anything a legal practice may need.
So, yes, Rachel, like, you likely said, last year has been challenging for everybody. And I agree with Sarah because I think I joined when it was work from home in March. So it will be a year for me with the firm. So I totally agree with Sarah that in the start, it can be a little overwhelming with, marketing and everything that's happening.
I think the problems are universal. So this is the one area where I don't think it's jurisdictionally restricted. We've got different regulations and different traditions and cultures, but essentially our problems are quite universal. It's surprising how they resonate with just about everybody. So that's the purpose of the exercise, to be helpful, try to give somebody inspiration even of how you might view what you're doing now and some of your procedures a little bit differently. So an exchange of ideas.
It's always very, very good. But I miss the in-person conferences in pre-pandemic days. I was up in the air at least once a month somewhere in the world. When I went to conferences, my friends there would tell me, I think you have clones spread around the world, Neil, because we see you all over the place. And that was the joy of international travel, international conferences. Yeah. And I think the good thing is that during the last year, during the pandemic, I think all the in-person traveling and conferences I've done for the last 15 years paid off, because I started to get lots of referrals, even without having to wander the world to get them during the last 12 months. So I think it has paid off to consistently traveled and visited clients and friends and been to conferences in the last 15 years.
Is there a possibility that we can still do add some news now that are a bit older from us, but we can add them now as we didn't before?
Yeah, so what we can do with your older articles, we can backdate them onto the profile so that we can, they will correspond with the date that they were originally published. So if you've got lots of articles to share, that's great. Just send them over and we can work through them.
Perfect, that was it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
We're all hoping international travel will resume at some point so we can get back to seeing each other and meeting each other. But I still think it's really good to make sure that you are doing something with your digital marketing, because that is only going to continue to gain pace. It's going to continue to be such a core part of your business when you are trying to develop business and awareness for your products and your services.
And there's a really nice question actually here, or comment and question from Francisco, which I'll read out. This is my first time in the legal network. So far, I'm loving being part of IR Global. Could you share with us, from your perspective, what makes IR Global different from other networks?
That's a nice question, Francisco. Yes, I remember us. We only spoke about a month ago, so I know that you're brand new to the group from Mexico. So yeah, thank you for that question. I think what makes us different. Well, from a structural sense, the biggest difference is that it's not just law firms, or it's not just accountancy firms, or it's not just financial firms. The idea is that you're able to join the group and be able to connect with the different types of advisors. So for yourself, Francisco, I know that you're an insolvency specialist. You want to be connected, but not only with other insolvency specialists, but with different types of advisors as well. So that's the main reason from a structural perspective. But I think the individuals is the main reason. So most people who are, well, pretty much everyone who's in the group, they're running their own firm, or they have a real interest in business development with their own firm and developing their own people skills and developing their own business. So when you come to a conference or a meeting, everybody's trying to understand and improve their businesses, but they're all genuinely interested in each other as well. So I think it's the people that make it different. And I think, we've got a really great group of members. And one of the best things that has come out of this pandemic is that, the members who do go to conferences, they've really missed their friends. I know it seems strange, but a lot of them have really missed connecting with each other. And it's something that I hear repeated all the time. Members have really missed each other and they can't wait to get back together. They go to the conferences, and yes, they're there for professional purposes. They're also there to have fun. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's been some firm friendships being made over the years, and people have really missed their friends. So I think more than anything else, it's the people that make the difference.
So I would like to ask Sarah and Garima, what is the measurement of the cost benefit of the digital marketing? And when Garima mentioned that the followers have gone up from 9,000 odd to 50,000, which is a great achievement, but how much has it converted into the zeros in the bank? Is there any way to measure that?
Rima, do you want to go first on that one, or?
Yeah, I can answer that. Apologies, my video is facing some issues, so I don't think I'm visible. It's getting on and off, so apologies on that. See, in terms of Nilesh, I agree, ultimately it's always what is the ROI. So when you're investing in a digital platform, and considering that we are in India and we have those strict rules and laws where you can't go beyond that boundary, what is happening is that our content has worked. So we've got a lot of inquiries also through LinkedIn and directly to our partners. So in that base, yes, there is an ROI.
And I think this is one of the beautiful things which has happened in this period. By going into the virtual meetings, it's enabled members who perhaps weren't involved in the physical events before, or particularly active, to really become engaged. And it's created a lot of new opportunities for work to be passed internationally.
Actually, I haven't used it myself, although I have posted an article, but it was about a year ago when COVID hit, I sort of submitted it to your team and you guys put it up. Is this a new thing, or would I have been able to do that then too? This is very useful to know about.
Thank you, Noreen. Well, we can do it for you. So if you want to drop us an email as you did already, that's no problem. Or if it's easier, you can log in and simply post the article yourself. It is whatever works for you. If it's easier, you can just include us on your distribution list for your newsletter, or you can obviously log in and upload that yourself. Good question. Thank you, Noreen.
If you're going to put time into creating content for your firm, you should be then utilizing social media platforms to try and generate some visibility for that content down other streams, such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. But then on that, if you are investing some time into your SEO and making sure you are paving a way for people to find you, that content is going to help with that. So those three things together work well. But even if you were to break it down and just focus on SEO and social media, they work extremely well and complement each other as well. But, I think certainly a lot of you will know that content is difficult to produce at a law firm or an accounting firm. You don't have a huge amount of time to produce a lot of content, but it is the starting point for any marketing plan.